recent controversy surrounding BTS's Suga has ignited a firestorm of debate, speculation, and even conspiracy theories. At the heart of this issue lies the allegation that Suga, who is currently serving as a social service agent, may have received special treatment following his involvement in a DUI incident. This controversy has raised significant questions about the fairness and transparency of South Korea's military service system, particularly when it comes to celebrities. But how much of this controversy is rooted in fact, and how much is merely the result of public sensationalism? To understand the full scope of this situation, we need to start by looking at the timeline of events. On August 12th, a civic group filed a complaint through the National Sinmungo, a government petition platform, calling for a thorough investigation into Suga's military service. The group demanded that if any illegal actions were discovered, appropriate legal measures should be taken. They expressed concerns that Suga, after being caught driving under the influence, might not have fulfilled his military duties properly, or worse, that his service agency could have offered him special treatment to shield him from consequences. But is there any substantial evidence to support these claims, or are they simply the result of an overactive public imagination? First, let's consider the context in which this controversy has emerged. Suga, whose real name is Min Yoon-gi, was reportedly involved in a DUI incident, which naturally drew significant attention given his status as a global superstar. The fact that he's serving as a social service agent rather than an active duty soldier already puts him under scrutiny. In South Korea, military service is a deeply sensitive and politically charged issue, and any deviation from the norm can lead to widespread public criticism. The notion that Suga might be enjoying privileges that other service members don't have only intensifies the public's scrutiny. When the DUI incident came to light, it fueled the narrative that Suga might be receiving preferential treatment. The civic group's complaint capitalized on this sentiment, raising questions about whether Suga's service agency had gone out of its way to protect him. They pointed out that as a social service agent, Suga has the same obligations as any other service member, including adhering to the rules and regulations of his position. If he had indeed violated these rules, it would not only reflect poorly on him, but also on the institution responsible for overseeing his service. The group's complaint demanded a thorough investigation to ensure that no rules were bent or broken to accommodate Suga. In response to the complaint, the Military Manpower Administration announced that they would conduct an on-site investigation to determine the truth. They plan to visit the institution where Suga is serving and verify whether he's been fulfilling his duties properly. This includes checking if he's been showing up to work on time and whether the institution has provided him with any undue conveniences. The investigation is expected to be thorough and impartial, as the Military Manpower Administration seeks to maintain public trust in the fairness of the military service system. What's particularly interesting about this investigation is the timing. The complaint was filed on August 12th, and by law, the agency has 7 days to respond. However, the administration requested an extension, citing the need for a more comprehensive investigation, and the new deadline is now set for August 30th. This extension suggests that the authorities are taking the matter seriously, but it also raises questions about the pressure they might be under to deliver a conclusive result. After all, this is BTS we're talking about, a group that's not just a musical phenomenon, but a cultural force with significant influence both in South Korea and internationally. The public's reaction to this controversy has been intense and polarized. On one hand, there are those who believe that Suga, like any other citizen, should be held accountable for his actions, and that the investigation is necessary to ensure that justice is served. On the other hand, there are those who argue that the controversy has been blown out of proportion due to Suga's celebrity status. They point out that while the DUI incident is indeed serious, it does not necessarily indicate that Suga has received special treatment in his military service. Instead, they argue that the scrutiny he faces is a result of his fame and the public's fascination with celebrities. It's also important to consider the broader implications of this controversy. Military service is a highly sensitive topic in South Korea, where all able-bodied men are required to serve. The idea that a celebrity could escape the harsh realities of service is deeply upsetting to many people. This controversy has tapped into that sentiment, fueling public anger and resentment. However, it's crucial to remember that accusations alone do not equate to guilt. The investigation is still ongoing, and until it is complete, it's important to avoid jumping to conclusions. The Military Manpower Administration has a difficult task ahead of them. They must conduct a fair and impartial investigation, free from the influence of public opinion and media pressure. If Suga is found to have violated any rules, he should be held accountable, just like any other service member. However, if the investigation finds no evidence of wrongdoing, then the public must be willing to accept that and move on. The outcome of this investigation could have a significant impact on public trust in the military service system, particularly when it comes to the treatment of celebrities. This controversy also raises broader questions about the role of celebrities in South Korean society. BTS is not just a musical group. They are cultural icons with a massive global following. As such, they are held to a higher standard, and their actions are scrutinized more closely than those of ordinary citizens. This scrutiny is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it means that BTS has the power to influence public opinion and bring attention to important issues. On the other hand, it means that they are constantly under the microscope, with every action and decision subject to intense public scrutiny. In Suga's case, this scrutiny has manifested in the form of a highly publicized investigation into his military service. While the investigation is necessary to ensure that all service members are treated equally, it's also important to recognize that Suga is not the only celebrity who has faced such scrutiny. In the past, other celebrities have been accused of receiving preferential treatment during their military service, and these cases have often sparked similar public outcry. However, not all of these accusations have been substantiated, and in some cases, the celebrities in question were found to have fulfilled their duties without any special privileges. This history of controversy surrounding celebrity military service highlights the challenges that the Military Manpower Administration faces in maintaining public trust. The public expects that all service members, regardless of their status, will be treated equally under the law. However, the reality is that celebrities often face additional challenges due to their fame. They are under constant scrutiny, and any deviation from the norm is likely to be interpreted as evidence of special treatment. This creates a difficult situation for both the authorities and the celebrities themselves, as they must navigate the delicate balance between fulfilling their duties and managing public perception. As the investigation into Suga's military service continues, it's important to keep these broader issues in mind. This controversy is not just about Suga or BTS. It's about the fairness and transparency of South Korea's military service system. It's about the challenges that celebrities face in fulfilling their obligations and the public's expectations of equal treatment under the law. The outcome of this investigation will likely have far-reaching implications, not just for Suga, but for other celebrities who are currently serving or will serve in the future. In the end, what's most important is that the investigation is conducted fairly and transparently. The Military Manpower Administration has a responsibility to uphold the law and ensure that all service members, regardless of their celebrity status, are treated equally. If Suga is found to have violated any rules, he should be held accountable. But if not, then the public must be willing to accept that and move on. As we wait for the results of the investigation, it's crucial to remember that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. The public's eagerness to see justice served should not cloud our judgment or lead us to unfairly vilify someone based on speculation alone. This case is a test not just of the Military Manpower Administration's integrity, but of our own ability to separate fact from fiction. So, what do you think? Is this controversy blown out of proportion because of Suga's fame, or do you believe there's more to the story? Let's discuss it in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on this and other BTS-related news, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.